Attorney General Nandlall addresses GRA's actions against Mohamed family's luxury vehicles. Guyana Times. While emphasizing that the Guyana Revenue Authority, GRA, must provide answers for its initial underestimation of taxes on the importation of luxury vehicles by the Mohamed family several years ago, Attorney General Anil Nandlall clarified that the tax body is nevertheless empowered to conduct a post-audit on the transactions in an effort to recover revenues owed to the state. He made these remarks during his program Issues in the News on Tuesday. The GRA has stated that it possesses irrefutable evidence of tax breaches by U.S.-sanctioned businessman Azruddin Mohamed and his relatives. Reports indicate that the total taxes owed by the Mohamed family amount to approximately $1.2 billion and are linked to multiple luxury vehicles allegedly imported under false pretenses or in violation of the remigrant scheme. Notable amounts cited in the tax breaches include $479.7 million for a 2020 Ferrari registered to Hannah Mohamed, $371.7 million for a 2020 Lamborghini Roadster owned by Azruddin Mohamed, and $320 million for a 2023 Rolls-Royce registered to Bibi Mohamed. Additional taxes include $61.4 million for a 2023 Range Rover registered to Leslie Khan and $24.6 million each for two Toyota Land Cruisers also registered to Azruddin Mohamed. According to Nandlall, GRA always had the power to review the assessment of duty and taxes. It is called a post-audit power. It is in the law, and any businessman who has had any relationship with the Guyana Revenue Authority would know of that power. Nandlall pointed out that it was Azruddin Mohamed who initially drew the GRA's attention to his family's underpayment of taxes through a post on social media. Following this, the GRA launched its investigation. The GRA would have to explain, or some officer who did that assessment will have to explain, why the assessment was done in the way it was done, but that doesn't prevent the GRA from reviewing the situation. Parliament by law has given them that power, he stated. Last Saturday, agents of the GRA, accompanied by officers of the Guyana Police Force, attempted to seize the luxury vehicles from the Mohamed family's residence in Houston, Greater Georgetown, after months of efforts to resolve the matter amicably. However, the operation was halted when officers were confronted by an angry mob that physically obstructed access to the premises. Subsequently, the GRA's enforcement actions were paused by a temporary restraining order issued by Justice Gino Persaud. The court extended this order until Thursday, April 10, 2025, giving the GRA time to respond to Azruddin Mohamed's application for judicial review and a full injunction. During the seizure attempt, Azruddin Mohamed accused Nandlall and Vice President Dr. Bharat Jagdeo of threatening to send the GRA after the vehicles if he did not publicly denounce his political aspirations, allegations that Nandlall has since dismissed as a naked untruth. Nandlall clarified that since the imposition of U.S. sanctions on the Mohamed family, I have never spoken to Mr. Mohamed in person or on the telephone by himself. I met with the Mohameds a few times after the sanctions as Attorney General, in order to explain that, under the law, the government would have to take certain measures to protect the financial system of Guyana. He emphasized that he had never met the family without their attorneys present and stated that Azruddin Mohamed's political ambitions were never discussed. Why would I say that to this gentleman? It doesn't make sense. It shows you that this guy can fabricate and concoct an untruth in such a barefaced manner. Hopefully he will produce the evidence, Nandlall asserted. The GRA has maintained that its actions were lawful and based on concrete evidence, reiterating that such enforcement is routine when duty-free or remigrant concession agreements are violated. Despite claims of political persecution from the Mohamed family, the GRA has emphasized that no individual or company is above the law when it comes to tax obligations. This assertion was reinforced by a parallel drawn to a 2016 enforcement action in which GRA officers seized two luxury vehicles belonging to the Chinese logging company Baishanlin for unpaid import taxes, highlighting the agency's commitment to tax compliance. Media reports from that time indicated that the GRA's seizure followed persistent non-compliance by Baishanlin, despite clear notices and opportunities for resolution.